Yeah. Next question. How do you get the most out of a QHHT session, says Mary Jinu, besides preparing your questions?
No expectations, be open-minded, allow, and trust. And then just keep listening to it over and over afterwards. But just really, you will, where you really where people mess up is when they try to control with expectations. Yeah, well, I thought I was going to go here, or they shut it down. It's supposed to work like this. The supposed to's, it should. Let all that go. Just be open. Just allow whatever comes in. Your practitioner will help you with this, but I'm going to tell you, there's little tricks. I mean, we have tips, and it's like whatever you see, just trust, or whatever she asks you to see something, just trust the very first thing that comes in, because the conscious mind is going to try and censor it. But if you'll just allow it and trust it, say the very first thing that comes to mind. You may not necessarily see something, so it might be whatever comes to mind. It might be whatever you feel. Just go with it. It's like, what do you have to lose? I think we're so afraid of, conscious mind's like, oh, I made it up. Like, that's a bad thing. But what if you do make it up? What have you got to lose? Let's just see where it goes. That's a starting place. Okay? Just go with it. Whatever comes in, go with it. It may sound preposterous. It may seem preposterous. Just go with it. It will all make sense in the end.
Yes. And I'd like to mention something that's coming more and more common in my conversations with people, more specifically in about their expectations. Mm-hmm. So I'll elongate the expectation idea a little bit more. It's getting common now. It's much more accessible for people to have psychedelic experiences in more controlled settings. Mm-hmm. So psychedelics are getting more popular than they were before. And in many ways, I think they're getting safer in that you're not getting from scary drug dealers around the corner. The world's opening up a little bit on this. They're loosening up restrictions. It's a little more accessible. Therefore, more people are having it. Now, I say the caveat is there's a huge difference between taking a substance and having an experience than closing your eyes and allowing yourself to get into a natural state free of any substance at all and having an experience. One thing to understand is when you take a substance, understand that that substance channels itself into a specific frequency. Within that frequency, there's a bandwidth. And within that bandwidth, there's a range of experience that has certain common points to it. And for a lot of the hallucinogens and the specific drugs, there's visuals and kaleidoscope-like and sometimes gnomes and these things, and some parts that are more scary and all these different things, and you're seeing things, and seeing is a big part of it. And drop all of that if you're going to have a QHHT session. Drop all of it. You're not taking acid. You're not taking ayahuasca. You're not taking frog venom. The experience will not be like that. They are two separate things. There is no limited bandwidth on a QHHT experience like there is with a psychedelic. It is wide open in every single angle, every single dimension, because it's allowing you to tap into your natural state that you're always into every single day, twice a day, right before you wake up and right before you go to sleep, into that theta brainwave frequency. So just understand that. For you that are practitioners, understand that with your clients, and for you that are contemplating having that a session, it is not a drug-induced type of experience. It's something that's more subtle, but incredibly profound. So if you go in there thinking you're going to have wild hallucinations and you're going to forget everything, you're going to get disappointed because that's not the way it works.
Yeah, and you'll probably shut the session down. We're going, it's not, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, it should be this, it should be that. Oh, it's not happening the way I wanted it to, or whatever. Then that's the conscious mind shutting it down.
Yeah. And people are saying combo bufo, yeah, with the little frog venom thing. I'm not just saying that any of those experiences are wrong. I'm all for people expanding their consciousness in whatever way they want. I mean, you have free will, but don't confuse experiences and think that one is the other and another is another. QHHT is all about being open-minded. You're going to get what you need. going to come in and you're going to get what you need. So allow that to happen. That's probably the biggest and most important thing that I could say as a respect to that.